Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. You're in the right place if you're looking for anything low carb related. That being said, if you clicked on the video, you know what this one is going to be about. This one is not for everybody that follows me, but I've been dying to make this video because when I was feeding my son, I was very hesitant to go back on the low carb diet, and I just want to talk to you guys like a Chats with Kat nighttime edition about low carb and breastfeeding. So this is the video that I was trying to find on YouTube, and now that I've been low carb for a decent amount of time now, I wanted to tell you guys about my experience and what I think about low carb and breastfeeding. So before I even get started into my whole experience and what I think, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to be your doctor. I don't want to tell you what to do. All I'm here to do is tell you what worked for me and tell you about my experience. So if you're thinking about going back on your low carb diet, I would definitely talk to your doctor. I would also talk to your lactation consultant. They will be able to tell you their thoughts. I'm going to tell you what mine told me and how I feel about the whole thing. So first off, I just want to clarify, I don't actually breastfeed. What I do is I exclusively pump, which means I pump breast milk and feed my son a bottle. I've been doing that since he was born. That was my decision. That was in my birth plan. That is exactly what I wanted to do from the very beginning. And I'm not gonna go too deep into that except to say that I'm just not somebody who ever wanted to breastfeed, but I wanted to give my son, you know, the best possible milk he can, and I'm able to, so that is why I chose to exclusively pump. And it's easy for us because then I have a bottle, and then anybody can give the baby that bottle. So Jay can feed him the bottle, he can feel that bond. Anybody, my mom comes over, you know, my sisters, anybody who wants to feed him can. So that's why this decision to exclusively pump worked out so well for us and our family. And I also wanted to say that I do that because a lot of people, a lot of women don't realize that that is an option. So when you go to the hospital, they kind of like push you to be like latch, and, you know, get the baby to latch and, you know, breastfeed and everything. But like, I never felt comfortable with that, and I kind of had to stand my ground to a couple different people there and tell them exactly how I felt about it and what I wanted to do. And as soon as you go in there with your purpose and, you know, you have your plan, they kind of back off a little bit. I think they push it so much, or at least at my hospital they did, because I think they feel like women sometimes need a direction to go in because you're all over the place. Your hormones are crazy, you just had a baby, you know, especially if it's your first, which this was my first baby. So it was just nuts. It was just, you know, everybody's trying to help you, but they're kind of pushy in the same instance. But I think they're pushy because you're only there for a couple days, so they want to make sure you get the tools that you need if you do want to breastfeed. But I did not want to do that, so I told the nurses that. They helped me with pumping. They taught me how to use my breast pump, which is a Spectra S2, and they also kind of like walked me through when to pump and how to pump and everything. It's so much all at once, especially when you just had a baby. Anyway, after that, I went and saw my lactation consultant, and she advised me right after the baby was born that I should keep eating a balanced diet, which included carbs, grains, protein, you know, veggies, fruits, everything. So I continued to eat exactly how I was eating before. So my son was born on March 12th of 2018, and I continued to eat my normal diet for 6 months. And as soon as the 6-month mark hit, I was kind of feeling so antsy to stop eating carbs. My body just does not function well when I eat carbs, and I don't know if there's anybody else out there, but I'm one of those people where I'm on a low carb diet and a lifestyle for a reason. I feel better. My body loves it. I thrive on a low carb diet. I thrive by eating protein, vegetables, meats, and just cheeses and dairy, and that's just what my body likes. So this whole pregnancy and then afterwards, I kind of felt this like, this like weight was on me. Like I needed to not only lose weight, but also feel better. So I contacted my lactation consultant and I explained to her what I did before, how my diet was before I even got pregnant. And she said that at this point, 6 months out, that my milk supply has been established, and which, by the way, it was very good. It's always been good. I have a huge freezer stash. I always produced extra, so I was always fine in that department. once my lactation consultant realized I was 6 months out, she said that it would be fine if I wanted to go back on a low carb diet. She did also say that my supply might drop. So there was a disclaimer there, it might drop, and I was willing to take that risk at this point because of how I was eating. So I just felt like if I don't feel good, how can I be the best mom that I can be? And I just had a gut feeling that after eating a low carb diet and just feeling back to myself, that my milk supply would be fine. I don't know why I thought that. It might not be the same for everybody, but I just thought that everything would be fine. So, I don't know. That's also just me being crazy and myself, just kind of like going on a whim like I do most things and just jumping right in and saying everything will be fine, don't worry about it. So, that being said, after I started the low carb diet, my supply dipped a little bit. It did dip a little bit, and it wasn't so significant that I was getting worried at all. So I just want everybody to know that when you do start a new way of eating, your supply is going to fluctuate a little bit, only because you're changing the way the nutrients are going into your body. You're doing a little bit of a change, and you're cutting out one thing and replacing it with other things. So I'm replacing my milk supply with healthy fats, dairy, more protein, and definitely a higher fat content. So I have been eating a low carb diet now since the end of August, and it's the end of October now, and I have lost 20 pounds, which is amazing. So I've shed all my baby weight, and actually just yesterday I reached my pre-pregnancy weight. So the day that I found out I was pregnant is the same weight that I am now, which is such a victory, I can't even tell you. But not only the number on the scale is the victory, it's the way that I feel, like mind, body, and soul, like I'm back where I want to be. What worked for me may not work for you, I realize that, but I just wanted to kind of give any mom out there or anyone who's debating on whether or not to start low carb again and they're postpartum 6 months, talk to your doctor, talk to your lactation consultant, see what they tell you, see what they think, see what their advice would be, because I feel amazing and I want to pass that on to you. I read so many articles online and they were mostly saying, don't do it. Your breast milk needs to have all the nutrients and everything. Well, I think my breast milk is probably better now that I'm eating a well-balanced low-carb diet rather than, I don't know, Burger King and pizza and crap that I was eating, because I just was like, well, I'm eating whatever I want because I know eventually one day I'm going to go back on a low-carb diet. So I kind of was like, YOLO. And in the process, I felt like crap and it just wasn't working for me. So now that I'm doing low carb again, I feel phenomenal, and I urge anyone who is kind of on the fence about it to just know that there are people like me out there who my supply only dropped a little bit. And actually, I wanted to talk about that really quick. So my supply only dropped a little bit and it's fine. It leveled back out again and now I'm fine. And I'm still going strong. I am exclusively pumping. He has not had any formula, so I'm exclusively feeding him with my milk, which is such a victory to me, and it's quality milk. He's gone to 2 doctor's appointments at his pediatrician. He is growing steadily. He's going right up the charts like this. His percentile is great, and he is a really, really healthy baby. So he's hitting all his milestones. Everything is going great. So as a mom, to be feeling good and to be happy in my own skin and in my own body and to finally feel like lighter, I'm just so happy, especially with a healthy baby right beside me. So anybody who's thinking about going back on low carb, I urge you, talk to your doctor, talk to your lactation consultant, and see what they say, because like I said, mine okayed it and I jumped right back in. I couldn't wait. So if you have any questions for me about this, I kind of debated on making this video or not. I definitely wanted to do low carb for long enough. So it's been about 2 months now since I've been on low carb, and like I said, the baby's healthy, I'm doing great. And I also just wanted to make this video to encourage anyone who is on the fence about starting a low carb diet to remember that breast milk is in ketosis naturally. I learned that, and it's a good thing to remember because that's kind of what a low carb or a keto diet is. You want to be in ketosis. If there's any other questions about this topic, and I can do a follow-up video. I'm not sure if there would be interest in it, but I know this is a video that I searched for online that I definitely didn't really find. I found a couple that helped a little bit, but I really wanted a video that said exactly what I'm saying, which is jump right in, call your doctor, talk to your lactation consultant, see what they say, and get their opinion first, obviously, but it worked for me. It's still working for me. My baby's healthy and I'm healthy. So I'm saying that for me, it's okay, it worked. Low carb diet worked for me after my milk supply was established. After 6 months, I started it and I am here now at almost 8 months postpartum, back to my pre-pregnancy weight. And also too, I wanted to just specify, so I'm gonna get out my phone right now because I wanna do a quick calculation. So where I started, the day that I went in to give birth to my son, I was this weight, and now I am this weight, and I am down 54 pounds total since the day I gave birth, and just another 20 pounds when I went on low carb. So those last 20 pounds were just not moving. I lost a bunch of weight at first, and it just wasn't moving after that, and luckily I lost those last 20 pounds. So I'm still planning on losing a little bit more weight to get back to like a little bit more of my goal weight. And this is just the best situation possible for me. So I just wanted to encourage everyone that it's possible. You can do low carb and breastfeed, or a breast pump exclusively, whatever, you know, your heart desires. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If there's any questions, or if you'd like me to do a follow-up video, definitely leave them in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. So I do everything low carb here. I know this was like a little breastfeeding rant, which I've never done before on this channel, but it involved low carb, so I wanted to incorporate it into this channel. But I do all low carb videos over here. So we do recipes, diet tips, tricks. I've been doing product reviews lately for low carb products, and it's just like a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested in that, anything low carb related, definitely hit the red subscribe button and make sure the bell notification is turned on so you do not miss another video with me. And with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys very soon for a new video. Have a good night.